Study Christ. Study His sovereignty as here, but study His beauty. Study His grace, His mercy, His faithfulness, His strength, His courage, everything about Him. Get to know Him. But I warn you, if you do, there's a certain price you're going to have to pay. The more you know Him, the more He imprisons you, and you're no longer your own. You are compelled now by the love of Christ. You are controlled by the love of Christ. And anytime you look inward and you feel sorry or pitiful or anything else about yourself, you hate yourself because you belong to Him. Do you understand me? The cure for all of this is not some mission strategy. It's not some church planting system. It's not, start lifting weights or become a wrestler or anything like that. What is it? Get to know Him. Get to know Him. And if you're a preacher here, you need to understand something. That's your main job. Is to present Christ before the people every time you get an opportunity. That they would love Him. They would love Him. I started out, Paul, you're so young. How can you be a missionary? Now, Paul the aged. Broken and hurting and wore out and tired and frail as an autumn leaf falling from a tree. But my only regret is not what I gave, it's what I kept. Young people, listen to me. If you'll just listen to me. When I went in and told my pastor, when I was 22 years old, that God had called me to preach, he didn't even look at me. He was a big man, fierce looking. Man, what a man of God. And he just was walking like this. And he said, "Boy, can you be alone?" And I thought, what he meant is if I preach the truth, everyone will hate me and I'll be alone. That's not what he meant. That did happen, but that's not what he meant. What he meant was while all the other boys are running around in bachelor packs and going to Christian retreats and conferences, could you spend your life in a closet? Could you take weekends out and seek Him in the wilderness? Could you live in the Word? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Take the weakest, most not gifted human being on the planet. That's all it takes, young person. I don't want more people going to the mission field with all kinds of ideas. I don't want more people going to the mission field with all sorts of silly, carnal plans. I want young people going to the mission field who are weak in themselves and strong in Christ, who are afraid to take a step without prayer, that prayer becomes breath to them. I want to see young people going out who are just the Word,